Poppy Playtime Chapter 4 is very, very close. I'm not talking about the game. I'm talking about the first teaser trailer. On Mob Entertainment's YouTube channel, they just ended their Story So Far series. We got Chapter 1 with Huggy Wuggy, Chapter 2 with Mommy Longlegs, and finally today, Chapter 3 with Catnap. And with that, the end of the ARG poem, and also a ton more Chapter 4 secrets. So sit back, relax, and let's analyze this thing. Subtitles or no subtitles? Let's just go subtitles. Let's get started.
I'm co-security log 017. Flow reversal triggered in gas reduction zone.
Okay. I
Even
didn't see anything in that beginning sequence, but we'll go through it frame by frame.
I'm sure they must remember it all quite clearly.
Same beginning as Chapter 3.
1188. Catnap.
Yeah, my boy Catnap.
With nowhere else to go and seemingly no one to turn to, there appeared only one way onward. This is where they encountered a most infuriating ally.
Infuriating ally? Okay, so a big question has been, who is the narrator? Is it 1006 or is it Harley Sawyer? The idea is if it's 1006, he's using Harley Sawyer's voice, and if it's Harley Sawyer, somehow he evaded the Hour of Joy. But what this instantly tells us is that Ollie is not 1006, which was a theory at one point. People thought 1006 was using its voice copying technique to copy the voice of a child to trick us into doing its bidding. But this confirms that Ollie might actually just be a good guy trying to help us out.
Hey, can you hear me? I don't want you to die.
Oh, there's gonna be something written on these walls. No, I don't see nothing. Never mind.
So I'm gonna help you. Oh, and by the way, my name is Ali. Nice to meet you.
Nice to
After
meet
a
you
short
too,
pass
Ollie.
through the train station, our uninvited guests began their descent to Playcare, Playtime Co.'s own on-site orphanage, and Elliot's grand beacon of hope. Below...
So that confuses me even more because the narrator just said Elliot's. Some people thought 1006 was the soul of Elliot inside of a very intelligent toy. Or bigger body. Let's not call it a toy because it clearly wasn't made to be a toy. Therefore, if this narrator is 1006, would they refer to Elliot in the third person? Or it could be as simple as this. 1006 isn't Elliot's soul. It's something completely different. I like it a lot. Let's continue.
received a key from their newfound ally, one that led directly to the still beating heart of Playcare. The red
the scratches
smoke.
on the wall.
To our guest, not all was told. But to leave, they had to redirect the gas.
I'm like scanning around these images like I'm playing a freaking observation duty game.
All that seemed left was the push of a button.
Oh no! Someone killed the power. Find the building's backup generator. Good luck.
The home sweet home. Once, Catnap was a fixture of this place. At night, it was his red smoke that lulled the many children into slumber. But now it had become a nightmare.
Nightmare Huggy as well. Nice use of narration plus
Trust is
video.
a funny thing. It can often be earned or broken in but an instant.
Trust in who? Wait, trust in who?
But what we make of those who've broken that trust is a very individual viewpoint.
Oh.
Let go!
Oh, trust in Poppy because she
Didn't do anything
totally
wrong.
tricked us
Listen,
in Chapter 2.
I'm not your enemy, but I can't just let you leave.
See, that's so interesting. Basically, what the narrator is trying to tell us is like, what are you going to make of the deception that Poppy dealt you with? Because despite her not doing anything bad or wrong in Chapter 3, the fact of the matter is the reason why there is a Chapter 3 is because she did the biggest plot twist, deception, bam bam baboozle in history. When she made the train divert to Playcare instead of exiting.
I need you, so we can get revenge on those monsters
We
who tortured you.
Tortured
Tortured
me?
us.
Power
Us?
restored to the console. The
Any text around here that might be important to us? No, it doesn't look like it.
master battery in hand. The finish line. I'm sure that's how it must have felt.
I'm not afraid of this scene anymore.
The human
Seen it
mind
so many
is
times.
fascinating. Each wants to believe in its own sense of significance. Many live their whole life in ignorance of the truth. That's really their weak. But in a corner, sometimes we reveal ourselves as something more. And our intruder, there's something special indeed.
Hold on. I just came up with a freaking
Which
theory.
inevitably brings everything back to our dear old Poppy.
I don't know why I never thought of this before, but hear me out. That last sequence where we're in the whole Poppy gas with the nightmare catnaps chasing us from all the angles. A lot of that was psychotic delusions imposed on us because of the red gas that we were engulfed in that area. The evidence behind that is the nightmare catnap that we were seeing, not the normal catnap. So who's to say our memory of everything that happened in that final sequence actually happened? What if Catnap's still alive?
And with her was the truth.
You came back because of your co-workers. This is your answer. We called it the Hour of Joy.
Why'd you call it? Why we?
The guilty, the innocent, didn't matter.
Hold the freaking phone, I just thought of something. Right there were 3 sentences that Poppy was saying faintly in the background while the narrator, who might be 1006, was saying at the same time. Like he knew exactly what she was gonna say, or like he's said it before. That moment right there just confirmed it to me that Poppy and whoever is narrating, there's some sort of connection. Why else would they be saying the same sentence in unison? Listen to it one more time.
The guilty, the innocent, didn't matter. The experiments killed everyone.
They're saying it at the same time.
Soon as we reach the bottom, we'll send the lift back up. Just hold tight, okay? All right.
Why is there a blast
We need to
door
be
lift
cautious.
in
There's
this
something-
facility?
No! Missy!
The fact that they created this whole thing,
brings us to now.
it means they were trying to
Doesn't
hide
it?
whatever's down there.
Down they come, like lambs to the slaughter.
Okay, there was something in there. There was something in there. I'm gonna have to go frame by frame. Oh, we're going to the home of the prototype. That's the prototype talking at the end. Turns out that final cutscene was the only one that actually had ARG secrets in it. And thanks to the smarty pants on the Discord, it was already solved. As the text "next outbound transmission September 30th" is flashed on the screen, 2 sets of binary code show up as well. This one is the first one, and this one is the second one. Turns out only the second one is binary. When translated to English, it says 25 by 25. And that first binary code was actually a guide for us to create a QR code. Supposedly, if you make all of the ones a dot and the zeros a space, that creates the initial form of the QR code. I spent an embarrassingly long amount of time doing it on a sprite sheet. The next step was meant to be putting that sprite into a 25 by 25 grid, which would supposedly result in this QR code, which then translates into this text, just a backward sentence, which actually says, "For we have already met," making the final poem, "On felted feet and with bated breath, sleep draws ever near. Over paths turning clear, but I am not afraid of death, for we have already met." Turns out getting the full poem wasn't going to make it any more clear. I don't know about you guys, but for me it's kind of starting to sound like a threat. If we read this from the perspective of the prototype or the final boss or whoever you want to call it, it sounds like a bigger body with felted feet is waiting for us anxiously. Kinda like they're telling us our sleep or death will draw ever near. And the paths turning clear is the path from us to them. But I am not afraid of death kinda sounds like they're saying they're not afraid to die. Maybe because they can't? And "for we have already met" is kind of a reference to them being an employee or ex-employee like us. But there's more to this ending that's weird. First of all, September 30th. In 13 days, we're going to be getting some kind of video from Mob Entertainment. Personally, I think the simplest thing is going to be that it's a teaser trailer for Chapter 4. A teaser trailer isn't that big of an investment considering the Chapter 3 teaser trailer came out way sooner than this. I think it'll be a small tidbit teasing the next chapter. But also just this image in front of us of the monitors. It feels like whoever is narrating has been watching us through those monitors. And what's worse is it almost looks like you can see a silhouette of something sitting behind the screen. I played with it on Photoshop as much as I could, but it's impossible to tell what it is. Most likely because they don't want to give away the form of the prototype. That's been something that has been completely under wraps for every single chapter. All they've ever showed us in every chapter is this goddamn hand. But then again, we've also got this shrine, which has been the only other clue. So what do you think you see behind the screen? I'm warning you now, you should like this video and subscribe to this channel. Or else, who knows? Whoever is standing behind that screen
We'll find you tonight.